hitting your computer. My computer is working, but nice computer.
I have never hit my computer. I've kicked it many times.
So basically, it's the Todd and Erin morning stream, getpartdaily.com. My poor little computer is just thinking so hard. The little active button is just going really fast, and nothing's happening.
He thinks that if you flatter it and stroke it and tell it pretty things, that it's going to work. I just kicked
Works
mine.
with you. All right, so morning cam.
Oh, that's nice.
Morning
Good
cam.
morning, of course. Yeah, the Morning Mountain Cam brought to you by Black Diamond Experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air.
You know, soon we'll have skaters on that pond.
That'll just be beautiful.
It will be like Norman Rockwell.
Yeah, except for incredibly freaking cold.
Yes,
All of us
39.
will want to die
39 this morning.
of freezingness. But other than that, yeah, it'll be just the
cold
same.
is that?
Okay, you know, I think it's a given that every one of us is thinking about Las Vegas and thinking about what to do.
Yeah.
I think going past the initial shock, the next thing you automatically do is, okay, how can I help?
Right.
So we actually went through a list of stuff trying to figure out where can we be most useful? Because I think everyone wants that. Everyone wants to do the happy, feel-good thing that doesn't really matter. So the first thing we did is the Red Cross contacted us and said, best thing you can do right now is to donate blood if you
Right.
can. And they say that because we are the next closest state in terms of supply line to Las Vegas,
Right.
that they've been pulling big supplies off of Utah.
Right.
So if you have a chance to go down, it's redcross.org, redcross.org.
It'll tell you where to go.
Closest location, easy peasy. Todd and I are going to go down today.
Ew.
I know, but you got to do it. You can get over the needle thing for this. It's important. And so that's the single biggest thing you can do.
I thought it was interesting. So if this is Vegas, right, and here's Salt Lake and the other towns, Salt Lake donates to them, someone donates to Salt Lake, someone donates to them, and so on and so forth, and so they can forward it without wiping somebody out
Yeah.
as far as a city that needs the
But
blood for
they
protection.
establish a supply line every time you've got
Right.
something that's bigger.
Right.
You know, and the other thing is a lot of people were going through the concept of what would I do? I mean, if this happened to me, if this happened to someone in my family, what do I do? And there is a video that's it's award-winning. It was done by the Houston Police Department, and it's called Hide, Run, Fight.
Okay.
And if you just look this up on YouTube, once again, Hide, Run, Fight, it's incredibly informative, and it doesn't do it in a way that's going to terrorize your entire family, but it's something you could sit down and watch together. Obviously not kids under like 12, because it's
Or
something
depending
different.
on your child.
But everyone I've said, and I watched it last night, it is empowering because it does make you feel like you have options. And I think for all of us, it's so unimaginable that you can't even imagine what you would do. So that's a good start. And I remember this do you remember the video we showed from the Manchester attack? And there was this one guy, Sweet, he was bald and he kind of looked like one of those, like soccer hooligans.
Right.
And he sat there and explained what he was doing. He was very passionate, and he talked about the fact that I'm going to walk around all day and I'm going to smile at people and I'm going to hug them here in Manchester. I'm going to remind them that we're neighbors and that we love each other and that we're in this together and that nobody can break us apart. And I thought that was like the single best thing, and I spent much of yesterday doing the same thing, and probably people thought I was a little deranged, but everybody smiled because it's that one thing that we can offer that they can't take away, and that's love.
I've been avoiding TV news. And I'll
But
just
it's the
take
same
little
thing over
chunks,
and over. It's really hard.
And I'll just hear just enough or something, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. Because if you get tied up in it, and I've done this before,
Yeah, many times.
not good.
It's just too hard. And you knew, and you said this yesterday. You were waiting for it, and you were right that there would be heroes that would come out.
Always.
And this is the part that always is inspiring, that makes you so profoundly grateful to be who we are.
Do you want to talk about Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
First of all, one of the administrators in Las Vegas set up a GoFundMe account. They were hoping to get about $500,000 for hospital costs for victims. Right. They've already gotten $2.2 million.
That's a good
so
start.
if you want to start there and donate money, you can right there. Bellagio is putting up family members for free of the victims.
What's
Allegiant Air and Southwest are both,
stop there. So Allegiant Air, they're
which is a
offering
Utah company.
free flights for family to get to Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. Southwest doing the same thing. They
Very
said,
nice.
if you're a family member, you got to get down there. We'll fly you for free. Don't worry about it.
Right.
So I thought that's a spectacular start to me. And there's several Uber groups that are doing free ride sharing around Vegas to try to help to get people from the airport to the hotel and try to help them get settled. And then there's free rides from their hotel to the hospital to get them going there as well.
Good stories are going to just be coming out.
and that's the stuff that I think we all hold on for.
Did you see the one story? This young gentleman, he was there with a buddy, and his buddy got shot. And as a matter of fact, the kid got shot in the neck.
He was shot at least twice.
And he grabs people and he throws them underneath the stage. He drags them out to the back, and there's a guy with a pickup truck there. And he yells at the guy. He goes, "I need your truck. We have to go to the hospital." And he said, "Put him in the back." And so they loaded the back of their truck with injured personnel and got him to the hospital.
I thought that, and once again, you have to remember this guy was shot at least twice. And they say that he's going to have a bullet in his neck pretty much forever. But he was focused on saving his nieces. He had 3 nieces there, and they got separated. And so he saw people getting hunched down, and they were kind of frozen the way people do. And he kept shouting, "Active shooter, active shooter!
Right.
Let's go! We have to run!" And he was urging people, and he basically got them out of their frozen, like paralyzed position, and got them somewhere where they could get taken care of.
Well, one of the things that the video, which is really good, by the way, the flee, hide, or fight, the problem they had was they didn't know where it was coming from, so they couldn't hide. So sad.
Well, and you're absolutely correct, but in almost every other situation, there is that option.
Oh yeah, no.
But
very,
you know
very
the thing
true.
that I thought was interesting, and if we can show that picture one more time, this sweet kid,
which one?
he said that he went numb. Our Jonathan Smith, he went numb in his neck and his arm, and if he felt something warm, but it didn't really hit him. He didn't realize he'd been hit by a bullet twice until he got to the hospital. This picture has been shared more than 74,000 times with over 200,000 likes.
Very cool.
And once again, it's the visual of this. I will risk my life to save other people.
You know, it's like everyone is raising money right now for all these different causes. We have the GoFundMe for Vegas. We've got the hurricane relief.
Oh, Puerto Rico especially is just... I was hearing a report on that driving in today, and they were talking about the fact they were going, "Hey, well, so when are they going to start getting power?" And they're like, "Well, the problem is, do we just string up random power that's going to get knocked down again in the next storm, or do they build something more substantial?"
Or both.
You know, so it's right now they're just trying to figure out what the next step is of trying to get everybody up and running, but still do something that's going to matter, especially now when they actually have an influx of aid. But this is so cruel. During this segment on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, the talk show host and Nick Kroll called on their fellow stars to post prepubescent pictures of themselves to social media under the hashtag PuberMe. And for every celebrity who posts a humiliating teen photo, they would donate a certain amount of money to
funny.
Puerto Rico relief.
Who played?
And they said they would continue to do this till they ran out of money. So number
Is
one,
that Colbert?
Stephen Colbert.
Oh,
look
my
at him.
God.
Look at his braces.
I already know this next one.
And that big tie. Next is Conan.
Oh,
like there was any surprise.
So
look at that face, that poor little ginger.
Makes you wonder, where did the freckles go? You don't outgrow freckles.
You know, they say that for every freckle a ginger has, it's a stolen soul.
What do you have about redheads that you hate them so
I love
much?
gingers. No, I love them. I just like giving them crap.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy Kimmel. And you know this
Kimmel.
is good. You know he would pick the worst one on principle.
Yeah.
Look at that mouth.
Oh
And
my
everyone's
gosh.
got braces. And then Sarah Silverman said, "Oh yeah, of course I'm playing on this one." Oh,
she's adorable.
Look at her. So in any case, they've got some good ones so far.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg, they had a whole bunch of Broadway people, so this is going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be spending a lot of money for
That's
hurricane
really
relief.
cool. And we can laugh at them, which is always cool.
Always.
Yesterday,
Petty.
Tom Petty has passed away.
What was your favorite song? I think mine was
Don't
Learning.
Back Down. You know what that was about? He was fighting with the record company to keep album costs low. And the company, the man, was going, "No, we're going to charge like $48. And he goes, "No, you can't. You got to make my music affordable, right?"
Accessible.
80 million records sold.
I think Learning to Fly is my favorite.
The Heartbreakers, we know them. Hall of Fame, we know that. The Traveling Wilburys.
I remember this.
So what he did is basically he went solo and he did really well and stuff. And then he said, "You know what I want to do? I want to get together with Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison, and Jeff Lynne and just create a band. Like the most incredible band in the world."
Like you do, you know.
And he just traveled around. It was kind of like they were doing as like a prank or something, but they were really good. And the writing they all shared and stuff was really kind of cool.
Well, think about that. It's basically picking 4 legends and who you get to play with and how cool it is to be in that position where you can actually put a call to Bob Dylan. Go, you want to do a band?
Right.
They say
I'm changing my tires. I'll be right over. As they do.
Let's go to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She's brought to you by Fink and McGregor Mortgages Made Simple. You can go to fink-mcgregor.com. They have amazing options, and you can get a loan for as low as a 600 credit score. Also by All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Definitely the time of year when you're going to need their help for something. And they have 24-hour service for emergencies at allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what is going on today?
Hello everyone, here's what's making headlines Tuesday, October 3rd on GephartDaily.com. Just one day after the worst mass shooting in U.S. history, we now know that at least 2 Utahns are among those who lost their lives in Las Vegas Sunday night. 28-year-old St. George resident Cameron Robinson lived outside of Cedar City but made a daily commute to Las Vegas where he worked as a management analyst. And 46-year-old former Salt Lake City resident Nasa Tonks, a mother of 3 and graduate of Brighton High School, also died in the attack. Tonks worked at a technology company based in Las Vegas. All told, 59 people died in the mass shooting, 527 more were wounded. A pre-dawn traffic stop led to a significant drug bust in Moab last weekend. Police say Nathaniel Bowers acted extremely nervous when he was stopped for an alleged equipment violation about 4:50 a.m. Friday. A search of his vehicle turned up 10 pounds of reefer, 100 grams of ecstasy, and $8,000 in cash. Bowers was arrested for possession with intent to distribute and booked into the Grand County Jail. And it looks like an upcoming race for one of Utah's congressional seats may get a bit more interesting. Salt Lake County Mayor Ben McAdams says he's considering a run against incumbent Mia Love in Utah's 4th congressional district. McAdams says he's yet to make up his mind, but is giving the idea serious consideration. Love's seat will be up for grabs in the much-awaited midterm elections in November 2018. And now to the Wasatch Front weather, where daytime highs will hover in the low to mid 60s. Nighttime lows will range from the upper 30s to the mid 40s. That's it for now. For more local headlines 24/7, go to GephartDaily.com. And Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, so I'm looking, Daisy just told you some of the weather. I'm looking at this, and the reason I'm doing this is I'm going to read the low temperatures for the next week. 38, 46, 44, 44. Call Columbus Travel.
Yeah, this is a good time.
Might as well call them and find some warm place to go hide. Now is the time.
Larry Garrix is going to be on later, the Getaway Guru, and they've got some screaming cruise deals right now. You can go down to Mexico for just an insanely low price. And they've also got some of these amazing all-inclusive resorts and airfare. I was kind of thinking maybe we could take the children.
Oh, you're looking at me?
One of those. No, you don't want to go to a beach in Mexico because that would be horrible.
I'd have to suffer.
Oh, no, don't make us do that.
Do the kids have to go?
Yes! You're so mean. Yes, it would be nice. But this is the nice thing about Columbus Travel. If you go there, there's certain things. If you're just booking a flight somewhere, anyone can do that. But if you're trying to actually book a vacation, like maybe a cruise, or maybe you're trying to get the hotel and the airfare and everything together, packaging, this is where they shine. This is their thing because they can come up with lower deals on packaging sometimes for like airfare and hotel than you could get for just plain airfare. It's incredible.
How do you start? Where do you go?
It's very easy. If you just go to columbusvacations.com, they have like a weekly newsletter they send out. It's like a really quick email, but it tells you all the like screaming top deals they've got going on right now. Mm-hmm. And so it gives you something you can jump on if you're looking for something especially good.
All right, give them a call.
Once again, columbusvacations.com.
All right, so I want to find out. Tell me something good. Okay, so Brave Soldier.
You ready to cry a little bit?
Really?
I know, but it's so
like
good.
3 days in a row.
I know, but this is so good. All right, Staff Sergeant Corey Hinkle is an Iraqi combat veteran.
Okay.
He was on his way to the National Guard base in Charlotte, North Carolina, and he witnessed a head-on car collision right in front of him. I mean, so the first thing you do is you get out and you try to figure out what's going on. One of the cars began to smoke. Now, traditionally, most people do not run towards fire. He didn't hesitate. The driver of the vehicle that was on fire, 28-year-old Brandy Gwynn, was having trouble getting out of the car. She had a broken ankle, and she had equipment was
head-on collision.
Yeah, some of the equipment was snarled around her, and she couldn't get out. And she said the fire was starting to spread in my car. The shocks were starting to explode. And Hinkle ripped open the door, got her out, and then carried her over to the side of the road. And this is the part that kills me. She said, he shielded me with his body and said, it's going to have to get through me to get to you. Because her car's exploding. There's pieces going everywhere. Okay. And he was hit in the back with a piece of flying debris, but he said, I wouldn't hesitate to do it again. She's a mom of 2. You know, there were kids waiting for her at home. But just the phrase to me of, it's going to have to get through me to get to you.
Are we done making me cry today?
But this.
What about you?
This is why I'm so in love with these people. These are the people that you live for, and I'm sorry that it takes hard times for them to come out. But this is what we have to remember. This is what really matters.
All right.
These are the people.
I know.
And they look really cute too.
People we should say thank you to, and that's what the Christopher big thank you from the Todd and Erin morning stream is all about. We want to have you go eat steak.
There's no better way to say thank you than with fillets. I'm sorry. It's kind of a given, let's be honest. So all you have to do to enter to win dinner for 4 at Christopher's Prime Steakhouse, just make a comment right now. We're talking about Christopher's. We'll know you were listening then. Just say, I'd like to go to Christopher's. I want to eat. And you can do that on the Gephardt Daily Facebook page, Gephardt Approved, or the Todd and Erin Facebook page. And really, thank you. We really appreciate you. Do you realize we're coming up on 2 million views? 2 million. We've only been doing the show for, I think, less than 7 months.
I need a new wardrobe and white roses every morning in the bathroom for no apparent reason.
Okay.
All right, coming up next, BYU, mustaches, goatees. What? We're going to tell you next.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Black Diamond Experts. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. Fink and McGregor, mortgages made simple. Make sure you go to fink-mcgregor.com and try out their 4-minute mortgage program. It's incredibly easy to find out whether you qualify. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at GephardtDaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
Did you know you can buy a house with a 600 credit score?
Really?
We have lenders, we have programs, stuff that's come up in the last couple of years. 600.
Wouldn't you have to have like 50% down or something though?
Nope. 3.5%.
Where would you start the process on this?
Well, Fink and McGregor has a website, 4minutemortgage.com. Just go there, fill it out, up and running.
How long until you get back to us?
1 business day. Whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
Where do you get the down though if you're broke?
It can be a gift from family, relative, significant other, even your work.
Gift, huh?
Yeah.
You know what that makes me wish?
What?
Makes me wish I had friends with money.
Brigham Young, didn't he have a beard?
Yeah, but it's different at his campus. They thought the beards were untidy and they were perhaps a little bit too beatniky, I guess, when they initially did the beard ban.
There weren't beatniks in the 1800s.
Well, but when they did the beard ban at BYU, there apparently that was kind of the image. They thought it was sloppy. And so now that they have unbent enough to offer caffeinated soda drinks.
Oh, no. It's the gateway. It's the gateway to hairy faces. So?
Caffeinated drinks are the gateway. It's true. But people were saying, okay, look, if you're going to allow Coke on campus, why can't I have a beard? So they had started the BYU for Caffeine Facebook page when they were trying to protest it and going, please bring back the caffeine. And he did great. So the next thing they've started now is the unban the beards at BYU.
Look, they're knitted.
Unban the beards.
Okay,
and so it's very funny.
Okay.
They're going for 30,000 signatures.
Right.
And it's basically part of the honor code to attend BYU. It restricts actions, obviously, like alcohol consumption, premarital sex, dress and grooming standards. Right. But since the honor code's been updated 2 years ago, they're saying, come on, if they're well groomed, let the beards happen.
I can see the establishment, saying, first it's caffeine, then it's facial hair, and then it's hookers. I can see them worrying about that because it is just moves along, doesn't it? One on top of the other, and it just turns into maybe not hookers. Okay.
I don't really see that progression myself.
It could happen. Once they get a hold of the caffeine. Once they start going crazy.
Oh, right. I consume enough caffeine to light up a small country, and I've never once thought that hookers would be my next step. But perhaps I'm
Yeah, let's move on.
not following.
How do you like, Aaron, you're not a hot food person.
You are, though.
I like medium.
You
Sometimes
just like to be punished.
a
Why?
little more. No. That's not being punished because I do it and it adds flavor, whether it's jalapeno or it's
Okay.
even habanero has some flavor, different kind of flavor, right? And so all these different things. Chipotle. Oh, makes me hungry right now. But these idiots have this chip. Go ahead and show them the package. You'll notice something about the chip. Comes one chip.
Fear the Reaper.
It's just one chip, and they sell it like that. One
You don't eat
chip.
it, you survive it.
So basically, they have the Carolina Reaper is the pepper they use, which is what is it? The Schofield? What's it called?
The Schofield unit of measurement, which is the heat of
The oil.
yeah.
Yeah. And it just like broke when they tested it with this. Basically, it's shaped in a coffin box, and you eat one chip.
That's very inspiring.
One of the guys did it, and he ate it in the car while he was driving. He had to pull over.
Serves him right.
Here he is. Because he couldn't see. Because his eyes were swelling shut.
See, this is what I don't
Why
understand.
do you do this? Why? Why
Okay.
not just hit yourself in the face with a shovel?
I don't understand food based on a dare. I mean, we're Scottish. We've had to try haggis before. We
Haggis is
understand.
okay.
We understand. We understand the
Who had
concept.
started that in the 1600s, 1400s in Scotland?
But why would you willingly choose to hurt yourself? It just. Do you remember that apocalypto that we tried at the pie?
Yeah, that was great.
And I went through like half a quart of milk trying to like get my intestines back in
Now,
order.
you have to
and
try it. If you go to the pie, what's it called?
The apocalypto.
It's not that hot, but the dough has it in it, and it's like it's really good.
It's cumulative as you go through the breadstick or the piece of
it's
pizza.
not. It's
it
not that
starts-
scary.
Yeah, until it starts building to the point where you it's like, yeah.
You could go below medium heat and still enjoy it. Just a
Well,
thought.
I like Amy. She says food should be enjoyable, not potentially harm you.
This is true.
I am with you.
Well, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
I used your eye drops this morning because my eyes felt like two burnt holes in a rug, and I just realized I'm not good at eye drops. You just like tunk tunk and you're
You
done.
look very refreshed though.
Well, I'm watering my eyebrows and then down here and just trying to target. Anyway, I appreciate your
You look very refreshed. Now the tsunami story really fascinated me because I could not believe. You know how there's so many different countries that you cannot come in like with an insect or a piece of fruit or a pet because you can't
Love
screw
this
with
story.
whatever the ecosystem is.
love this story.
Because
You ready?
the balance is very delicate, but sometimes Mother Nature doesn't give a crap what you
Who's
think.
telling this story, lady? Okay.
My intro was so much more compelling than yours.
People are asleep now. All right, so here's the deal. Pacific Ocean, right? The tsunami that happened in 2012. All right. They have documented 289 species arriving in the United States from that event from 2012.
That's so random.
Years. Some have been afloat for years. Now, here's the crazy thing. Some of the boats had barnacles and stuff. The upside down boats that were still floating had the barnacles and stuff.
What is that thing?
That's
that big scary thing.
That's a.
Is that like a sea slug or something?
Could be.
The other ones are, the others are the mussels, I know, but that thing is like,
Different kinds of seaweed that didn't
it looks
grow
like an
here.
alien.
All right, so the point is that they had actually fish that came, and there were large sections of docks, size of a tennis court, identical. They found two of them that broke off. They know where the pier was, and so they came across. But here's the really cool thing: they actually had boats that were partially submerged. So like a bathtub. Think of a bathtub, and local Japanese fish jumped in. It managed to float across the Pacific Ocean and land on the shores of Washington State.
That is so incredibly random.
And the storm didn't sink it. And the fish were inside a little ecosystem. And enough food jumped in. I don't know. But they survived. They didn't look healthy, they said. But How cool is that?
Well, except for some of them are invasive species that are now taking over some of ours.
Barnacle sea slugs, anemone, anemones.
Anemone.
Don't hurt yourself. Sea stars, crabs, clams, and sponges. Do you remember the story?
I'm excited about the clams and the crabs.
Do you remember the story that
Welcome.
there were these huge islands of stuff that were floating in the Pacific, and it started in
The plastic
Japan.
debris and stuff, you mean?
Well,
or-
no, other items, kind of like these
Oh, no, the
docks.
tsunami things. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And together it would travel around, and it would come to the United States. I think it would go south and then back across, and it's been circling ever since. Well, one thing washed up in Washington State. I remember this story, and it was a guy's motorcycle, one of the small motorcycles, like a moped kind of thing, and it was tangled up in some fishing nets with some buoys and all this stuff. So the guy took it, American, and he took it and he brought it back to his shop, and he started making phone calls because it had a license plate on it. He found the owner of the scooter in Japan. He fixed it up and shipped it to him.
That is the coolest thing.
That's such a great story. Never will
Against all
forget that
odds.
story. Yeah, hey Bob, I got your motorcycle.
It's like those heartwarming pet stories where they travel across the entire country to come home to, except for this time it's a scooter.
That's right.
So it's almost as heartwarming as the pets.
I love that story. So anyway, yeah, so
That's so
I don't
random.
know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do with the new species, but there's nothing they can do. But we'll see what happens. Anyway,
Well, there you go.
we wanted to talk
Well, at least
about
that was fascinating, and now we can go to irritating.
Equifax.
Well, Equifax's president had to resign this week, and he issued another half-hearted apology to the American public.
Which
and
was?
Canada.
Sorry.
Because he was like, yeah, we know that our passwords were admin, so it wasn't as hard to
Better
break
than
our
1, 2,
code
3, 4, 5.
as we thought. And here's the fun thing they hadn't bothered to mention till now. There's an additional 2.5 million Americans who have also been affected by the massive security breach, bringing to the total 145.5 million people who've had their personal information accessed or stolen. So if you thought you got away the first time, you might want to go back and triple check your credit again. That
Remember,
was his inspiring message as he left the building.
the Todd and Erin security issue, it's not a problem with us, and you follow us, just don't have any money.
Really?
Then you're fine.
It makes us so much easier.
Open up a loan.
You're not a target because they're
Go
like,
for it.
you know, they might even deposit money in your account if you're as pathetic as we are.
They just feel
It's
sad.
entirely
Feel
possible.
sad for us. Coming up next, we're going to tell you what not to buy if you're trying to save a little money.
Things you should never buy. It's
Ever.
just silly.
It's next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com.
Good morning and welcome back to the Todd and Erin morning stream at GephardtDaily.com. Things that you should not buy. This is like if you're on a budget and you find yourself doing it. Don't.
Well, it is. It's just things that it's like ridiculous. There's no even intrinsic value to this.
Erin's is topiaries. Little topiaries. And they got the green. And then she kills them. And then I take the structure that it was grown on. And I stick them in the garden. So there's it's like the Chinese army that was buried, you know, and they found it, and they're all in a row, just like your dead topiaries. Don't buy those if you're trying to save money. Or just get a fake one. You should buy a fake one.
What else, honey?
Potpourri. Don't spray potpourri. It's just not. It's not a smart purchase.
You can make your own.
Baby shoes.
Yeah. Do you
Babies don't walk.
remember when the twins were babies? And it was Marianne. She was our sales manager at the time. And she bought them these epic little Nikes. I mean, they were so precious.
And they were
so cute. They never touched the ground, but they
Ever.
were so cute.
The bottoms were still shiny.
Well, yeah, but they were so cute.
Baby shoes. Credit monitoring. Equifax.
Yeah, that really paid off.
That didn't pay off well. Greeting cards.
Do you know greeting cards are like on an average of $4?
It says $3.50. Yeah.
No, I've got seen $4, but yeah, $4 for a greeting card.
Ringtones.
Have your kid make one. Your phone comes with a ringtone.
I know, but they need special ones like
No.
dogs.
No.
Instant microwavable rice.
Now, what's so offensive about instant microwavable rice?
Because regular rice is cheap, and all you have to do is water, boil, simmer, 45 minutes, bucket of rice.
You remember I've burned rice before, right? Repeatedly.
Yeah. Pre-washed potatoes. Evidently, you should scrub your own potatoes. It sounds dirty, but it's not. Toddler packs of cereal. Fancy bath salts. But Zoe likes them so much.
Bath bombs are her thing.
She is the bomb.
Yeah, My Magical Star is a Utah company that's amazing, and she gets them from there. I mean, she's an addict.
And here's the
So
other one.
I'm gonna change my opinion about the bath salts.
All right.
And what's the last one?
Pet costumes. There is no place for pet costume.
Well, I do like the look of abject shame and despair on his face.
That's
though.
true. It's worth it. It's like a punishment.
That's how you could use
Don't
it.
poop on the rug. I'm going to dress you like Santa.
All right, let's go back to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. Mortgages Made Simple. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, they are mortgage brokers. So they have all kinds of different options for you, not just one or two. And also by Black Diamond. They are the experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. They have a brand new shop now in Ogden, so you have that option as well. Just go to blackdiamondexpert.com. Daisy, my dear, what is going on?
Good morning, Todd and Erin. Hello again, everyone. Here's a look at national and world news for Tuesday, October 3rd on GephartDaily.com. Investigators in the Mandalay Bay massacre say the shooter, 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, had not-so-small arsenals in both his hotel room in Las Vegas and at his home in Mesquite. Police say Paddock had a total of 42 firearms, 23 of which were found in Mandalay Bay. 19 more were recovered from inside his home. Police also found the bomb-making chemical ammonium nitrate inside Paddock's car. Police say the weapons appear to have been purchased legally. Paddock's motive remains a mystery. A U.S. service member has been killed and another one wounded in a roadside blast in Iraq. According to the Pentagon, the pair was taking part in anti-ISIS operations Sunday when they were hit by an IED attack. The service members' names are being withheld pending notification of family members. Currently, more than 5,000 U.S. troops are serving in Iraq as part of Operation Inherent Resolve. And former Utah Governor John Huntsman is getting acquainted with his new home in Moscow. Huntsman, newly appointed ambassador to Russia, starts the job just days after being unanimously approved during his congressional confirmation hearing. His first course of action, short of unpacking his toothbrush, is a face-to-face meeting with Russian dictator Vladimir Putin. That's it for now. For more headlines from across the country and around the world, go to GephartDaily.com. And for now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right. So anyway, this is
Black Diamond.
Oh, Black Diamond.
I have to tell you about Black Diamond.
Go for it.
Because they are the experts, Black Diamond, electric, plumbing, heating, and air. The reason why I like these guys, and they opened a brand new shop up in Ogden now, so they're even closer to you if you're in Weber and Davis County. They basically know everything that can possibly go wrong in your house, and more importantly, they know how to fix it, which is a big plus for me. And everyone kind of keeps that list of people you trust, people who've done a good job for you, so when friends call and ask who you would recommend, you've kind of got your list of people. Well, they're on our list because when they give you a bid and they say, hey, we think the job's going to cost this, that's what it costs when it's finished to your satisfaction and theirs, because there's no sneaky overages or special charges or we had to get that part in special, so that's another $25. Sorry, they don't do that to you. It's straight ahead. It's very straightforward, and they get it done. Now you can go to blackdiamondexpert.com, blackdiamondexpert.com if you want to schedule an appointment or have them take a look at something, and they do have 24-hour emergency service.
I'm just going to say one thing, that it is currently 37 degrees in Salt Lake City, and all I can think about is Columbus travel. Let's take a look.
Now, when you've got a Columbus Day sale, and you're right, it's a national observation for the likes of you, I'm sure that you guys have to roll out some rather large deals and opportunities.
Well, everything is on sale. Let's start with double discounts. Now, this is a Columbus Travel exclusive. Discount number one is a guaranteed, flat-out guaranteed air and hotel discount to places like Hawaii, Mexico, and the Caribbean.
Oh, nice.
So discount number 1,
Right.
guaranteed air and hotel discount. Then Columbus Travel will take that guaranteed discount and drop it up to another $100 per booking. That's discount number 2.
Wow.
It's a discount on top of a discount. So Columbus Day sale number 1 are double discounts. Number 2 is a tour operator fare. These are called secret airfares.
Yeah, explain this.
Well, a secret airfare is something that the airlines don't advertise, but here I will tell the whole world where to go and how to get there.
Because you're a pro.
Thank you very much. A secret airfare is airlines know how many seats they're going to sell. So an unsold seat, when that door closes, has no shelf life, has no financial benefit to the airline.
Right.
They want to fill every seat. So they come to people like Columbus Travel, a handful of tour operators across the country, and they say, guys, listen, we have these empty seats. We'll give them to you at a drastic discount, but you can't sell air only. You have to bundle it or package it with
Okay.
something. If
Wow.
you're thinking of going anywhere,
Paris, wow.
I know,
anywhere,
right?
call Columbus Travel during the Columbus Day sale, which, by the way, ends October 21st. Cruise discounts. Columbus loves to give away free money. It's called an onboard credit.
Right.
In other words, it's free money to spend on your cruise in just about everything except the casino.
Right.
Yeah, you
Sorry
don't,
about that.
let's not push that.
I just
really.
mail my money to them
Thank
anyway.
you. Right. And save the
Right.
time. But with most cruises, when it's booked during the Columbus Day sale at Columbus Travel, there will be onboard credits or free money to spend just about any way that you want.
So is that like for instance, Wi-Fi? Because that's a big deal with me.
Yeah, generally, well, it's just about anything. It's Wi-Fi, it's a bar tab, it's fine dining, it's shore excursions, it's the spa, all of these things.
Wow.
Let's review. Number 1, double discounts.
Right.
It's a discount on top of a discount. And
Right.
call tomorrow for our current prices to Hawaii, Mexico, and the Caribbean.
Very cool.
Number 2, tour operator fares. How do you think we could do Hawaii for $689 air and hotel? Why? Because the airlines give us a discount if we will bundle it with something. 3, free money to spend on your cruise. And remember, October 21, the sale is over. It's columbusvacations.com, columbusvacations.com, or give us a call at 800-373-3328. That's 800-373-3328.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
All right, so welcome back, Todd and Erin Morning Stream, GephardtDaily.com. As I tell you this story, in the back of your heads, I want you to just go like this. Dun, 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 dun.
This is the most random thing ever, though. I mean,
Okay.
it really is.
Havana, they're thinking about changing they put a warning on travel.
Oh, that's too bad because it was barely opening up.
I know. It's weird. Here's the deal. Attacks on the U.S. personnel in Havana has changed what's going on there.
And this is like, it's affected over
What kind
half
of-
the embassy staff.
What kind of attacks? They don't know. Sonic. Something sonic where they were like to hear this like high...
Is that the most random
And they were
thing
like,
ever or what?
what is that? Next thing you know, people started getting sick. People started getting nauseous. People were throwing up. People had headaches. They have one guy who had damage to his brain and his hearing, and it has not cleared up, and nor will it.
Isn't that scary? They've had more than one episode of hearing damage. I mean, that's...
And it's not
And
necessarily...
now it's like subsonic? Is it
Yeah,
like
it's
like some sort of a signal they're getting in?
Well, the U.S., we have
But we can't track it?
we have weapons like that on ships.
Sure.
That disrupt a small boat with a bomb in it flying towards you, and you can actually stop people and make them throw up. which is the best thing you could do. It's like a frat party.
But I don't understand how they cannot track that. That's something that's trackable.
I don't know.
A signature you can pull it. So that's the weird thing here is that they cannot find it. They can't find out where it's coming
21 victims of the U.S. Personnel. And that includes diplomats, spies. What are the other guys' names?
My sister was a diplomat.
Spies.
She wasn't a spy.
They're all spies. They're all spies. Here's the scary thing: is last week embassy drew down about this and started causing more trouble with Cuba. In Havana, American diplomats are frantically selling off possessions like their mattresses and canned goods and children's toys and hurriedly making plans to return to the U.S.
If I had kids there, I would absolutely.
Dun,
I would
dun,
absolutely.
dun, 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 dun.
But that's the weird part, though. The fact
It's a
that.
novel. It's a novel.
But it's the fact that they cannot track the subsonic signature is the thing that
really
I find so
bugging you, isn't it?
fascinating. Well, no, because they can. I mean,
Maybe
that
the-
stuff is trackable.
Maybe they need some more spies.
Anyway, I mean, anyone in the military will tell you that. So the fact that they cannot pinpoint where it's coming from.
May I?
And of course, Cuba's like, we don't know what you're talking about.
May I offer? Maybe it's Nickelback. Why do I pick on them?
Because it's always Nickelback.
It's always Nickelback.
Always Nickelback.
And they're only going to tell you what they want you to hear. So
Sure.
they got other stuff going on.
Spooky. That's too bad because it was just beginning to
Great
open up.
story.
I know, it's just so weird.
All right, so I did see this. I don't know. I was flipping the channels yesterday, and I did come across the couponing.
Extreme couponing.
The crazy, and I was like,
I'm
oh, I
so
haven't
in
seen
love
this.
with that show. I can't even stand it. I just sit here the
It's
whole time.
still
like,
on. I don't know. But
And I don't have time enough. I don't have the attention span to actually coupon.
Okay.
Which is really sad because it would probably help us. But these women,
So-
they're nuts. I mean, they're so out of control and they're so good at it. And they like cut it all of them out of 1,000 papers.
Well, here's
and then
the
they
deal.
get them all online and they download it and they have like the stack this time. They go into the grocery store and people start crying when they see them coming. Because it's great.
So basically, they go through the local paper. They find a store that has double coupon.
They make
day.
all of their neighbors give them their stuff.
Then they go and they get the manufacturer's coupons and they print them off. And next thing you know, the store's paying you $0.25 to buy something. So, and I always feel weird though, because they always have the closet like the size of our studio with shelves of 80 things of
I know,
hand
and it's
soap.
all neatly arranged. And it's just like you can tell she's going, you were all my children.
Okay, so what you do with it all?
Well, this is Kimberly Gager. She's a single mom of 3, and she started it because she said, well, number 1, I have a shopping thing. And she said, number 2, I'm a single mom, so I couldn't afford to have a shopping thing. So
Right.
she started couponing, number 1, to save for her kids, but then she decided, I'm going to use my extreme couponing skills, and I'm going to start building a stash. Well, she's been hoarding all the supplies in her garage since October. And she's occasionally sent boxes of supplies to like universities and different charities.
right.
And then Texas and Florida showed up. She
Oh
went,
my gosh.
I can handle this.
Oh, this is a reason for them to do it.
And the epic thing,
This is
the epic thing about this though is this is all the stuff you really need down there. All of the basic canned goods and
Cleaning.
supplies, and all of the grooming things like toothbrushes and toothpaste, and you're right, toilet paper, all the things that you really really need. So she's like already got it set up. She's an Army veteran and a government employee, so she's been raising money for supplies through her personal PayPal page,
Right.
and she's just going to keep buying and buying and buying. Target and Walgreens have basically given up, and they just go, here's a case of something every time she comes
Right.
in. But Target, bless their heart, are said, we'll give you a tractor trailer truck, start loading stuff in, and we'll take them down to Florida and to Texas for you.
You know, the funny thing is
But
you
how
know,
effective?
there's women and men who are couponer people, and they're in rehab now, trying to kick the addiction, and all of a sudden
Never.
now they have a cause.
It's an excuse.
I'm saving Texas. Back
Don't
at
you remember
it.
Melee, our former nanny?
Uh-huh.
Oh, she's hardcore.
She is hardcore.
You do not mess with Melee. When she comes into the store and she's got coupons, you give her whatever she wants.
This next thing is this really a trend? Because it sounds wrong.
This is a new trend. Tattoos.
A lot of people have tattoos.
Now, people, it's body art. Everyone's interested. They
It's
want to
not
try different
new.
things.
It goes back Vikings and stuff.
Bazillions of years. This is true. But
So
apparently,
what is the new thing?
The one thing they thought that really they should be doing that would really be different is they should start tinting your eyes.
Oh, with a needle. Oh.
Yeah, so they thought, you know what would be really
No.
good? I'm going to tint my eyes, the white of my eyes, lavender.
Oh my God. Oh.
You're looking at 24-year-old Kat Gallagher.
Oh,
She's a
crap.
model. And she went, you know what? If I'm going hardcore, I'm going all the way, and I am going to have my eyeballs tinted.
Is that permanent?
That is not only a permanent impairment, she has been leaking purple ink now for over 6 months, and she is blind in that eye.
This is my frightened look.
So she's been sharing
This
this
is my frightened look.
as a cautionary tale to say, I really wish that you wouldn't do this because you can see now that I'm blind in this eye and leaking purple. So I appreciate her cautionary tale, but I'm still back to the concept of why would you do that? At what point would you go, you know what I need to do? I need to tattoo my eyeball purple.
Hey, I'm in. Let's go together.
I mean, I'm just even thinking about it. Just
Does this affect her sight?
yeah, she's blind in that eye now. So, she's saying don't do it because it seems like it
work.
didn't turn out as good as I might have hoped.
That's so
But yeah, Kat's a very successful model who now has apparently a future with
She's gonna
modeling eye patches.
She's
'cause-
gonna. She's a pirate. She's gonna.
Yeah.
She's gonna fall off the runway. Depth perception, 2 eyes.
Purple.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What is this about bad memories?
MJ's like, I want to blind myself. That looks great. This is really interesting. Scientists have been talking about this for a while, and because it's part of that the fascinating brain chemistry of trauma, of what happens to your brain when you experience trauma, when you experience grief and depression and these things that happen to you. And they
So
talk
it's like post-traumatic as well?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And they talk about the physiological changes that happen to your body and the different way that your brain now responds to stimuli. And for a lot of people, this is a permanent, this is incapacitating. And
Right.
even with heavy duty, drug regimens, it's still really incapacitating. Well, they started trying a couple of different things based on the experiences of this woman. She was a heroin addict the last time that she walked the sidewalks in California. It was in a beach town down in Santa Monica. Sure. And she had ruined her relationship. She had destroyed all of her family connections, excessive violence because she was homeless, gone through all these things. And then one of her friends said, you know what you need to do is you need to go back and change it to a positive memory. And she's like, it was a really sucky time. She would even get shortness of breath even seeing the ocean.
Right.
And her friend said, no, let's try this. And this was 5 years ago. So they went back and they brought gifts. She brought gifts for bottles of water to hand out and flowers to give away, a stack of yellow paper for people who wanted to do inspirational messages.
Okay, so she wasn't giving gifts to specific people.
She
was giving out gifts.
She brought piles of things, and then for whoever she saw that she thought would like it, she would give them the inspirational stuff or the bottles of water, or she'd find elderly ladies or gentlemen say, I'd like to give you these flowers, you're amazing to me.
Right.
And so these things kept going, and she came back every year for 5 years to do this. And today she is completely drug-free. She doesn't require any antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, anything. And so a couple of physiologists at a university where she lives now went, this is interesting, can we follow this?
Right.
And they actually followed her brain chemistry, and dopamine, which is one of the soothing chemicals, had increased in her body like 300%.
So she was chilling.
And so she was actually recreating her own brain chemistry while she was doing this procedure. So they've started doing this with other people, and it's an interesting experiment. You don't have to be part of a scientific community to do it, but they're suggesting if there is a place that has this resonance for you for whatever reason, and you go through this, if it's something that you feel like you're ready, and they suggest taking someone with you, having a support system to kind of monitor you and go, how are you feeling?
Give something to somebody
You're doing
else.
all right. And they say, go back to that place, but then transform it with the positive offerings from yourself. That has to be something that you're offering. They say it's that action somehow that alters the perception of what happened for you, so that you're no longer a victim. It's no longer what was done to you, but it's now what you are doing back.
No, and it's a positive thing.
Isn't that amazing?
That is
the fact
amazing.
that you can actually recreate your brain chemistry by doing something that simple.
That's amazing.
I thought that was really cool.
All right, well, guys, thank you so much for joining us on the Todd and Erin morning stream on GetPartDaily.com. We thought today, why don't we end with some beautiful pictures of our state, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.